everybody, welcome back to another design tutorial in Adobe Xd. And today we will be designing this cool web transition animation that I've done. And what it does is, if I click on this watch tab, see how the pages basically animate from one section to the other. Wow, that was pretty smooth, and it's like a zipper animation, and I can reverse it just the same way. See, that was pretty cool, and you can really utilize this. You can slow this down. You can slow it down even more to say about 2 seconds. Make it real smooth, real clean. And if I click on watch, see how that animates. Now that's beautiful. And if I can bring it back, obviously, and it smoothly animates back. Now, obviously, I've already set up the entire web interface, since this is not a web design tutorial exactly. So we'll be moving on from here, and I'll show you how to get that zipper effect in Adobe XD. So we are starting off with all these basic elements, and nothing else is really needed for this. The only thing that'll be needed is the Apple Watch image and newer text. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to import this Apple Watch, which I've downloaded from their website, and this looks pretty clean. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align it here. Now we will create a quick rectangle over this entire artboard, and what I'm going to do is I will select this and the watch behind this, right? And the Mac Pro as well. So quickly press Command Shift M or Control Shift M for Windows to mask these elements. And I'm basically doing that so these elements can just smoothly go from outside the artboard to inside the artboard. And make sure that this watch is slightly far away right here, and placed in the center, something like that, right? So it's not inside the artboard but actually outside this. Now the next trick, so as to say, that we have to do is to select the Polygon tool. Go ahead and select the Polygon tool from this toolbar on the left, or you can just say Y, and hold Shift and create a quick clean triangle. Now this is a polygon, and what I can do with this is I'm not going to change the number of sides this time. I'll be changing, first let me just quickly change the color. I'll be changing the curve of the edges. So from 0, I'll take it to about 5,000. Now you can actually put a lot of numbers in this, so I'll just go for 5,000 just to make it a perfect circle. Now I will also make sure that this is the same color that we used in our actual artboard, the second artboard right here. This circle will make sure that this circle is actually white, same as the background right here. You can make sure that it's the same color as the background even if you're using another background. Make sure that this circle actually overlaps this entire place, so just make sure it's super big and it covers the entire area as well. I'll tell you in a moment why we want this. And let's just place it right here. Perfect. And let's just copy this polygon one time, and also copy this color from the original design, which is this dark navy blue, and place this behind all these elements, even the white circle. And that is how we will go about the design. And if now the work for this artboard is done, next step is to duplicate this artboard. I'll say Command D to duplicate it. Perfect. And now that this is being duplicated, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I will reduce the opacity of this element to 0 and bring it up a little bit. So 1, 2, 3. Hold Shift and say 1, 2, 3, and bring it slightly above the original position right here. And the cheese grater is back. We'll actually change this. We will remove the cheese, of course, say Command comma to actually hide this, and so that it doesn't use any space. And the grater is back. We'll convert to watch OS is finally free, or whatever you want to write down, and you can write any component right here. I'm just going to quickly change the text to independent apps for Apple Watch. Perfect. And I'm also quickly going to click on this prebook and say command comma to hide this out. Make sure that everything is hidden and it's properly changed. And I will also change this to the original color that we are using here, right? I'll change it to this light blue right here. And if I click on this artboard, I'll be able to see that inside this mask group, I have this watch, right? And I'll bring this watch in now. It's moving slightly slow, but once it comes inside, I can just drag it and drop it right here, right where our Mac was, right? And as you can see, the background hasn't changed at all. That's the real trick that we're going to use. Okay, so now that we have both our artboards ready, what I'm going to do in the first artboard, I'm just going to add another anchor point right next to this anchor point. So 2 anchor points right next to each other. Now what I'm going to do is quickly just copy this circle to this one and make sure this is placed above the blue one but below everything else. So here what I'm going to do is, now that I have 2 anchor points, first of all, let's bring these anchor points to the center, just like that, just so, right? Now it's almost perfectly centered. What we'll do is first select the first one, and you can see this handle has appeared. Now this trick involves moving the handles around, so I'll just drag this one handle just like this. You want to take it away a lot, just like that, yeah, so that make sure it's actually centered out as well. And the next one also, we will just drag it just like that, drag it out a lot, because otherwise you won't be able to get that zip effect and completely hide this. Make sure these anchor points are then also placed right close to each other. And as you can see, I am not being able to bring this entire portion together. So what I'm going to do is just select both of these by dragging out like this, and just bring these 2 anchor points to the end right here. Now you have a solid background, right? And now what we're going to do is quickly just change the color of the Apple icon and all these other textual components, and just change them to a white, or let's just make them like this light blue that we have, right? Now that both these artboards are ready, what I'm going to do is quickly prototype this. I'm going to prototype mode, and I'll go to watch, right? Because you want to navigate between these pages. And if I click on watch, as you can see, this arrow has appeared. I'll drag this arrow to the next artboard, and I'm going to say ease in out, right? Make sure auto animate is on, and duration is 2 seconds, or I can just set it to a sweet spot, which is 1.5 seconds, right? So the only problem that we did is the state of this is not correct. So if I rotate this a little bit, just to make sure that these 2 are in the center, that's all we have to do. And we all make mistakes. Remember, designing can never be perfect, but now it's almost perfect. So let's try this out again. Click on watch. Yep, see how the zipper just flows in, and if I want to make this come back, I go back and say Mac and bring it back here, just like that. So let's try this out again. If I say watch, see how this smoothly flows in, and if I click on Mac, see how it just zips out, just like that. And you can basically refine this, make it better, make the timing better, and just make something as smooth as this, right? This is my original design, which I will be linking as an XD file down in the description, so go ahead and check it out. I hope you liked that video. I post videos every Monday and Thursday religiously. I never forget and I never miss. So subscribe to my channel, and also hit that bell icon to get all my videos before everyone else. And also like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.